Livermore is one of the richest traders from back in the days, and we're gonna automate a strategy today that he used to trade, and it's a very special strategy and I highly recommend you to test it. I'm gonna show you in this video how this strategy works. So this price level is what I need to find how to build it on Profectus AI.
This is really where we're gonna define what is the trading rule.
Yeah, let's just dive into it straight away. You have my beautiful drawing of 4 candles here. And this strategy is a little bit more complex than the previous videos we made, but I will take you step by step on how to build it. And yeah, the first rule here is the trading plan and then find the highest price between candle 2, 3 and 4. So for the new ones, how we count candles is if current price is right here, then this is candle ID 1, this is candle 2, this is 3, and then obviously this is candle 4. So we just count from right to left. Well, if I then want to add this trading plan in my algorithm, then I just have to know, okay, candle 2, 3 and 4. Well, 2, 3 and 4, find the highest price, and then I will find the highest price here. So this price level is what I need to find this trading plan valid. Step 2, use the highest price and reduce it by the low of yesterday. So what's the low of yesterday? Well, that's candle ID 1. So that if you have this on the daily time frame, then we need the low price of this candle, so the last closed daily candle, and we need to do something with that. So use the highest price and reduce it by the low of yesterday. So we have this highest price, that is this one, and we have this one, and then we just do minus. I will show you in Profectus how to do that. And then step 3 is use the result of step 2 and compare it with market volatility. So here, after you have this number, so this is just a number, and you compare that with the current volatility of the markets, because that is the secret of this strategy. I will show you how to do that easily in Profectus later on. And then if the ATR is lower, place a buy pending order at the highest price of 2, 3 and 4. Well, that was this number, right? So here your entry will be, your target will be somewhere there, and then your stop loss will be somewhere there, and then you have your strategy in place. The algorithm will manage the trade. We're gonna test management styles and all of that. But now let's dive into Profectus and into the charts to show you how this trading plan looks in action.
All right, guys, let's dive into pound dollar on a 4-hour time frame. Of course, you can run this algorithm on any asset you want to test, and of course on any time frame you want to test. You can see there was a trade taken here and a quick profit target was reached. Then we have a buy stop placed at this high at the moment, and yeah, that is still pending order. It's not triggered. And yeah, why is there a setup there? Well, the rules are as follows. We look for the highest price. So currently the highest price is 1.31694. So that is this highest price we found. And we're taking this highest price and then we're calculating the floating, which is the highest price minus the low. And then we have the swing filter is the outcome of that, and then the floating, and we compare it to the ATR. Let's quickly show you an example live. So there we have our first trade. We are triggered. And why do we take this trade? Well, if we slow this down a little bit, pause it maybe even, why do we have a trade? Well, the trading rule is simple. We need to see if the floating is higher than the ATR. If that value is true, then we take a trade. So we compare floating, and we can check that right here. Range is bigger than ATR filter. So floating is larger than swing filter. We can go back. If this floating, this number becomes higher than this number, we're gonna place a trade on this number, the highest price. That's it. Now you can see we have that trade, and we can speed it up a little bit and see what is happening, if we can reach target. And there you go. So this is the pattern, and whenever this pattern occurs, the algorithm will take a trade. Let's dive into Profectus AI right now to show you how to calculate these numbers and plot them on your screen. We have some settings. First, you need to know we have multiplier 1 pop SL, that's the stop loss of the system, and the target. You can, when you upload it to MetaTrader, you can see here advisors is uploaded, run it on pound dollar, what time frame, what date, and visual mode is on. Currently, this data better is to use tick data, but for now this is fine. We are just looking at the trading plan and it being automated. And then here you have settings called inputs, okay? Inputs you find here. You can see the same inputs right here in Profectus AI, and the variables, those are hidden. But if you use this show on chart in MetaTrader enabled, which I already did for you, the variables are shown here: highest price, swing filter, and floating. Really nice to have because you can see what the algorithm is thinking. If we go back to Profectus AI, you can see here the whole build. You can go to the link in the description below to get exactly this and then walk through it with me, because you need to understand the ins and outs before you can use it for yourself. With that said, what are we doing? If you're new, we have everything we do in blocks. So we have coded it in blocks because then the code is consistent and easy for you to manage. It is drag and drop and you don't have to adjust any code. We have run at time. Every block at the top or every block on this canvas here will trigger every tick. So this one, run at time, will trigger every tick, but now run at time only moves 5 past 1 because we defined that in the block setting. 5 past 1 we will go to the next block if the answer is yes. And what are we doing? Well, we are using a modified variable block for this system to store a variable, to have some memory in the algorithm. What are we doing? We have the highest price. So if you are new, you go to variables, add, and then make the variable. I already did it for you, so we don't need to do that again, but that would be your thought process. So you will go to modify variable, you create a variable highest price. Let's call it highest prices at the moment. You go to modify variable, select where you want to store that information. What information? Well, we want to have the highest price candle period of, let's say, candle 1 till 10. So we look back 10 candles, find the highest price of those 10 candles, what to get the price value. And then now you have stored the highest price in that variable. You can use it with your algorithm. We're gonna delete this block, we don't need it, and it was just an example, correct? Run at time, 5 past 1, we're gonna store the highest price of candle 2 and 4. So that's not the last closed candle, but the candle before that. If we look at current price, this candle is still forming. If we pause it, so this one, this is candle 1, this big wick here. This wick candle is candle ID 1, this is candle ID 2, this is candle ID 3, 4, etc. And when this closes, right, okay, now this is current price, so this is candle 1, yeah? So that moves always, just a small lesson there. And let's continue. We find the highest price of 2 and 4. Go back to the charts. Candle 1 is this one, so 2, 3, and 4. So the highest price of this would be this level, okay? And that is 3, 1, 2, okay? We need that later on. We take the price value, and that's all we do in this block. Then the second thing is calculate floating. So I call it floating, you can call it whatever, floating just made sense to me. We have highest price minus candle low of 1. So let's say the highest price is this one, this 31184. If that is your highest price, then we take that and then minus the low here, and that's your floating number. So here we have floating. What is floating? Highest price minus candle low. Correct? Then we have swing filter. We take the average true range, which is this indicator here at the bottom. We take that value, multiply it by a multiplier. And the multiplier is set on 1. So right now this does not do anything. You take the average true range, let's say the number is, I don't know, 0.1 times 1 is still 0.1, okay? But if you want to double it, maybe 0.1 then becomes 0.2. But for now, we keep it default at 1. It just doesn't do anything, but we can, of course, change that and optimize that in MetaTrader. Then we have the ATR. So we have the ATR value 1, and we have range is bigger than ATR. So this is a trade rule block. This is really where we're gonna define what is the trading rule. And normally, manually, you would just check, okay, calculate what is the value, and then we see the value of the ATR at the moment is 2.9, and is that then smaller than that number we want to compare to. The algorithm will do that, and that's cool. We have floating is above swing filter. If that happens, if that is true, we continue to the next block. If it is false, we don't do anything. This block will run 5 past 1 again and do everything, calculate everything again, and look tomorrow or whenever for the next trade. One big lesson I want to give you right now in this example is we have run a time here at the top. And because we have that, this algorithm will just run 5 past 1 to find the values, okay? But if we go back here, we can see we are running this on the 4-hour time frame. However, we only calculate those values 5 past 1. That's super important to know. So 5 past 1, we can also only place an order 5 past 1. So if we go to history and we check when the orders are placed, you can see the orders are placed 5 past 1. Then they are triggered at a different time, but orders are only placed there, okay? If you want to change that, change this to run per candle, for instance. Then everything changes. Yeah, you delete that. Right now we're not doing that, but this is just a lesson about, and why I keep that in here is just that you know, okay, how does that work? Your algorithm might be activated on another time frame, but then it also needs to make sense while building it. And therefore, I told you, watch this video and not just take the algorithm and then have a question mark like, why are my trades only executing 5 past 1, okay? Let's continue. Yes, do we have trades open? No, trade count is 0, order count is 0. We have nothing placed, nothing open, buys only. Select the trades, if we do have, by the way. So if we do have trades open, this will be no. And then we select the trade, delete the orders, and then place a new pending order. Where? On the highest price of 224. But if it was true, we didn't have trades open, then straight away we just place it on the custom price, highest price, candle period, 224, price value, price offset, 1 pip, and then risk percentage of balance, and then your risk to reward. Okay, this is the strategy. It's quite simple, but we calculated a lot of things, so it's a good lesson about variables and also how time frames work. If we go back here, you can just see lastly how a setup looks, and the setup, yeah, is quite simple. Go test it, change the candle ID block maybe, or the run at time block, play around with it, or just run this on the daily, test it, enter your stop loss, your target, optimize the levels to find the best target and stop loss. And thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one.